What's up everyone, this is MNL2 here, and welcome to the very first episode of Building Tatsu, where I'm going to be speed building Tatsu at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And so, I don't want to say much because right now I'm already getting into the speed build, and yes, I'm narrating over this. But before I get started in the video, I just want to say, if you want to see some teaser screenshots and stuff, or updates, then you can see all that by joining my Discord server by clicking the link down below in the description. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get right in the video. So I started already. Right now I'm currently working on the entrance sign to Tatsu. I don't know if you can see it, but that's basically the left post. And why it's so big? Well, this is going to be my largest scaled recreation that I've ever made. So it's going to be way bigger than Accelerator, and if you want to see the track, then like I just said, there'll be teaser screenshots and stuff of prototypes and models of the track down below in the description. But right now I'm working on, right now working on the letters for Tatsu. It's very large, and another thing is, this isn't necessarily a tutorial because there was a lot of trial and error going through building this, because it was huge and it was really hard to do. So since there was so much trial and error, I didn't want to, and since it took forever, I wasn't gonna build the whole thing and then tutorial it all again. So I'm just speed building what I did. And so if you want to slow down the video or follow along, maybe I'll give you guys a raw video of the real-time recording. If you want, I don't know, leave a comment down below. But also another thing, keep in mind, is if you are following along, then I advise you not to spend a lot of time for each thing, because I messed up. There are a lot of places and a lot of things that I redid because they didn't look right, and I messed up. And so yeah, just warning you. So if you don't copy everything I'm doing and then end up having to destroy it because I messed up. So yeah, just a fair warning. And so, if you don't know what those red things are next to the letters, those are the claws of the dragon, because I'm the dragon that's over top the Tatsu sign. That's I'm building that later. And so right now I'm trying to find out a bit of height for the posts, and I think I came with that. That looked good. And then there were oh yeah, another thing is, if you watched my guide on how to build recreations, this is an exception, because since this roller coaster is so terrainal and it doesn't really rely on itself, it's kind of important to start with the lowest point in of the build, because I don't want to start with the station and it end up not being being too far off the ground because it's on a hill, or not being high enough, something like that. So I started with the lowest point in the build, which is the entrance sign. Well, technically the lowest point in the build is the Tatsu loop, but that's kind of independent amongst itself. So right now I'm just beginning working on the dragon. That's the dragon's belly. And so another thing, let's see, I forgot what I was gonna say. Something to do with the terrain. Oh yeah, because the recreation is so big. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, right now I'm working on the dragon's jaw, so that's cool. But okay. So you can't really see it right now, but I already had built a prototype of this before I started, so I kind of already knew what I was doing, and I was kind of copying off of it from before. Oh yeah, speaking of copying off from before, if you see me pause, just stop moving for a bit, then that's because I'm probably looking at a reference picture, because I recorded this the gameplay a while ago. I'm just now narrating over this, but I used a lot of reference pictures, so if you see me pause, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at reference pictures, and yeah, that's a really good idea when you build a recreation. Always have reference pictures, because you don't want to just go off your mind. You need reference pictures. And so this dragon, when I was building the prototype, it took forever to make, and so that's why I did the prototype, so I wasn't in this video spending 3 hours trying to get it right. Instead, I was just copying off my prototype, because I took a few screenshots and stuff. Yeah. So just now doing the wings, if you can tell, and then I also put some spikes on its back and stuff. And you saw me do the face. Now I'm filling in the back of the wings with yellow, because if you look at reference pictures, that's how it looks. And so there it looks from the front. Now I'm just adding some folds in the wings, I guess you could call it, not really sure. But yeah, it looks bad without them, plus it's in the actual thing. And so I think now I just finished the sign, and I'm giving a pan around now. And I think I'm about to go, oh wait, no, I'm putting the lamps on, final touches to the sign. And then I think that's the sign done, and so now let's move on into the ground in front of it. And so like the ground is like, I don't even know what material it is, but like the color, it kind of matches the color of plain terracotta, so that's what I used, in case you're wondering. And yeah, if you have any questions about materials I use, because a lot of the stuff I got like in the creative menu off camera, and if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm blowing up the ground so I don't have to go and manually destroy it. This way is quicker. I'm not trying to destroy my build or anything, because I just want stuff right there. But yeah. So if you have any questions about materials I use, just leave them down in the comments. I'll probably like go back to the raw recording to see what I used, and I probably don't even need to do that. I probably know what I used. But I'm clearing a large area in front of the entrance because I don't want it all to be grass. I want most of it to be this terracotta. I'm not sure if I'll add more terracotta later, because like this whole area by Tatsu and like that barbecue place and Roaring Rapids, all that stuff is like the same ground. So just like I kind of boxed it off on one side, now I'm going to do it on this side. See, so like that's where the edge is going to be, filling in that. And so let's box it off on this side. I counted evenly on each side. Wasn't sure how much. I mean, if you're following along, it doesn't really matter because it's just, I'm probably going to fill in more later. This part isn't really like essential to the actual recreation itself. This is just pretty much landscaping and stuff. And so I'm just clearing away some final blocks. Looking good. And destroying a few more. And oh, I'm buffering a bit. So sorry about that. Now I'm just blowing more stuff up, and I'm filling that in, and I think that's good with the TNT. And yep, just filling in some last blocks, and then now I just started placing terracotta, changing the day, that stuff, blah blah. Terracotta, I'm gonna go this way, and then I go that way. And so yeah, I was just doing this over and over. I was kind of contemplating speeding this up some more, but I didn't want to like destroy my computer trying to do that. So yeah, like I said, this is just normal terracotta, and then after this I believe I went into making the queue, as well as like, yeah, just pretty much the queue, like the outside queue, because this whole like the this whole video put together, I think it's like 40 minutes, but the actual like sped up, it's like 40 minutes or something. No, not 40 minutes, something like 20 minutes, I don't know. I don't know how long it is sped up, but like the actual recording, it was a few hours worth. Like I spent hours doing just the entrance and the queue. And so I'm almost done here, going this way, and then go that way, and then go this way, and yep. Okay, and I think I'm just gonna pan around there a bit, and that's how it looks. And so now let's go into the queue. So that was just the entrance sign and the ground in front of it, and so now I'm working on the queue. And so, you know, I got out a bunch of materials, like I said, I did it off camera, so I didn't have to waste time doing it and stuff. And so now I'm just doing some, I don't know what you call them, I don't know, guardrails or something. And I made sure to space them out evenly. And this part, you don't really have to copy exactly, because since it's so big, I made it so like the scale of even the queue was a little bit bigger. And you can see what I mean by that later. But I know that this, in the real thing, it's at an angle, but if I did this at an angle, that would mean you'd have to build the sign at an angle, like I did on my Green Lantern recreation, which I had already spent like an hour on. Or I'd have to make the queue go diagonal, which means I'd have to make the station diagonal and the lift diagonal, and no, so I just made it straightforward. And so now I'm adding some details I found through reference pictures, and this is one of those things that I made a mistake on, so if you're following along, don't be so quick to copy what I just did with that wall, because yep, see, I'm destroying it now because I messed that up, because I forgot that there was a spruce wall right here, well not spruce wall, but like a brown wooden wall. and I'm not exactly sure what they were for, but this is just how I saw them in reference pictures, so that's just how I built them. And so it goes a little bit out and spills a bit out into the front, like in front of the sign where I placed all that terracotta. And so I just made them a little taller, and then I added, I filled that in, and then I added some little spoke things, I don't know what you call them. And then, let's see, and then I fixed my andesite walls, and yes, it's andesite, you can't tell. And then there was a brick wall that went all the way around the queue, and so I just laid down a foundation for that. And so now I'm filling in the rest of the queue here. Well, not the rest, but like I'm making the length of how long the queue is going to go. And this is one of the things that doesn't have to be exact. Just make it long enough to your preference. That'll be good. And now I'm adding the supports for the guardrails. And so in this scale, like where the top of the guardrails are, that's probably how like half of the height of a person. So that's how big this scale is. So, and then I'm filling in some more of the brick wall, placing more of that. Yeah, and if you can't tell, I'm using a swiftness potion. I always use swiftness potions to build because I don't like moving slowly. Moving fast is better. And so, yep, I was using reference pictures to find how the step slope was, I guess you could call. And I think I like skipped 5 blocks per step. And then there we go, and took another swig. And so then I went and I guess I'm doing the overhang supports because there is an overhang. And when I was doing the overhang, I was contemplating between doing either sandstone slabs, which I'm pretty sure is what I ended up doing, or doing some stained glass. But the reason I didn't do stained glass is because it's a little too transparent, you can barely even see it. And also, oh yeah, this is another thing I messed up on the wall. So it was actually 1 block too close to the queue, so I went and fixed that. But I also didn't do the stained glass because I don't think there was any color that matched sandstone. I mean, there's yellow and orange, but like it didn't really match right. So I ended up using the slabs, even though it's not transparent. The color still looks better. And so yep, I just finished fixing the wall. Now I have to fix the andesite portion. So yeah, I messed up twice on this. And like I said, this was all trial and error. This part, like all the queue, I hadn't made a prototype. I'm just kind of going off of reference pictures at this point. And so now I'm starting the overhang, and like I said, I ended up doing sandstone slabs, which is what you see me placing. And so I'm just doing a brim around there because I hadn't finished the queue yet. See, like I broke away a few blocks or a few iron bars, so that it actually made a queue going back and forth. And now I'm adding more supports for the guardrails because guardrails don't float. And so now I'm just going around the whole thing doing guardrails, and I'm pretty sure they're spaced out every 2 blocks. Yeah, it's sped up right now, I can't really tell. But yep. And so I went around the whole thing just doing 1 block, and then I went back around the whole thing doing the other block, or the other bar, I guess you could say. And so, yeah, I don't know. I can drink more swiftness potion, because it feels like I have a slowness potion when I don't have a swiftness potion, because anytime I build anything in Minecraft, I always have a swiftness potion, because that's just how I am. And so now I'm just looking to see how it looks, like if it looks good or not. And now I'm adding some supports for the overhang, and yep, I was paused because I was looking at reference pictures. I did cut out some of the long pauses, like if I'm there for like a minute trying to find good reference pictures, then yeah, I already cut those out, but like a few seconds I just left it in because I didn't feel like cutting it out. Because a few seconds in real time, when it's sped up, it's not that much. So I'm going around still doing the supports for the overhang. Yep, I guess I don't know what else to call it. I mean, that's pretty much what they are, supports for the overhang. And then I'm pretty sure later on I also did some cross beams at the top that extra supported the overhang, because that's how I saw it in reference pictures. And if you're building this and if you want some reference pictures, then you know, I could link them in my Discord server, which I mean you can also join by clicking that link in the description, because you know, we need more members in my Discord server. You can chat and hang out and stuff. But this isn't really like a shout out yet, because when I get to 2K subs, I am gonna do some shoutouts just for Discord servers and YouTube channels that I already have in mind. And so right now I'm doing the crossings like I was talking about before, and I was just checking to make sure I did it right, and then, you know, just looking around, and I think I might have been looking at reference pictures or something. Either that or just making sure like it looked good and I liked it, and then I decided I didn't, and I needed a little bit more crossings because I was debating about it, because I was looking at a reference picture here and I was wondering if I should do the vertical ones like it said, or not like it said, but like it was in the actual picture. It's now going back and forth again, go this way, go that way. Oh, I messed up a lot of times on this, but this is gonna take a while, so I guess we could talk more about my Discord server. So yeah, my Discord server, it's a roller coaster Discord server. We don't really have that many members. We have like 40 or so, and we sort of talk about roller coasters, not really, but you can pretty much just join, hang out, talk about anything, view some teaser screenshots of this, and you know, get some more like, I'm on there every day, so you know, I'm always like putting stuff on there and like updating people with stuff. And then right now I'm gonna add the lockers, and with the curb that goes on the side, I'm pretty sure I ended up making the whole curb just 2 slabs high, so like a block high of stone slabs. So I'm getting some materials out, about to do the lockers that are on the side because I needed those, because the backs of, yeah, see I'm filling in the curb now, because the back of the lockers, there are those talkie ads like in the real thing, so in order to have those I need to make the lockers. And so I didn't really make too many external things, like I just did those few walls over there. Those aren't really external, and so I'm doing the lockers, the overhang supports for the locker. There's like this wooden structure that makes it. Now this was a lot of trial and error trying to figure out how I wanted it, because like in the reference picture, the top was like a thin sleeve like of steel, of like silver steel, and I like was trying to figure out how I was supposed to do that in Minecraft. So I ended up just doing, making it slab instead of wood with steel on top, if you have any idea what I'm talking about. And then on the final block, I just decided to put carpets on it. I'm way behind narrating this, but whatever. And so right now I'm working on the lockers. So I couldn't really find a solid color that matched it, but the shade of the light blue concrete powder, at least I think it's light blue concrete powder, matched perfectly. And then to make lockers, I just added some tripwire hooks up along it, so you know, you could actually tell between the lockers. Usually I use lapis, but like looking at the reference pictures, these lockers were this color, like they were literally that color. It was the perfect color. But then I think I added 3 sets of lockers like right next to each other, and I separated them 2 blocks apart. And yep, I was just mirroring it, or not mirroring it, but like copy and paste pretty much. Put one more right here, did the same thing, added the light blue concrete powder, added the tripwire hooks, and then I filled both of them in the back with, I believe this is cyan clay, or pardon, cyan terracotta, something like that. I don't know, they keep changing the texture color, like they keep changing the block name of terracotta. Like it used to be, like at one point it was stained clay, then it was hardened clay, and now it's terracotta. And so I tried to do a 4th one, but I couldn't fit it, and I can't remember right now if there actually is a 4th set of lockers. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But I didn't have enough space, so I just ended up only doing 3. And I'm pretty sure I went and did a bush where I could have put another locker, but now I'm just copying it on this side, doing the slabs. And then I now have to go and fill in the whole thing. So let's go ahead and do that. So I did it with the just the stone slab because I couldn't figure out a way to have wood under it. So this was just representing the thin plate of steel. And then what I had to do was put string underneath the carpet so that it would stay, but then I realized I put it too low, so then I had to put it up a block. But since you can't really see strings, and they work as like a block that you can place like another block on top of, or like a gravity block or something that just won't like stay up on its own or something, you know what I'm talking about. And so now I'm adding paintings to represent talkie ads, and I was just making sure like all the paintings were different and like I had good ones that I wanted. And so yeah, I just filled in the entire backs of them, and just kind of took a while to get some of the size paintings I want, because I want 2x1s or 2x2s, stuff like that. And so now I'm pretty sure I have to go back here and do the bush. So I just started off by making a rectangular prism with no anything, and then I just started destroying and placing random blocks so it looked a bit more natural and bush-like, I guess. And so that looks good, so I have a nice natural looking bush. And now it's time to go ahead and do the floor for the inside. And so this was, I believe, like a light grayish block. I'm pretty sure I used like clay or something, like just normal clay, nothing special about it. And so I couldn't blow up stuff here because like there was too much stuff around it. Like I'd blow up everything else if I used TNT here. So I just had to hand destroy this, which took longer, but I didn't do the floor first because I didn't know how big the queue would end up being. Like I didn't know how big I'd end up making it. So that's why I did the queue first, and then I went in and did the ground later. And so this part takes a very long time. And it was kind of a bit tedious to kind of go underneath the guardrail supporters. And so looking in my quick select bar, I'm pretty sure that is light gray, or not light gray, that's just concrete. Either that or it's light gray concrete powder. Probably just clay. And yeah, there were a few buffers in this part, but it's fine. You get the point. I'm just destroying grass blocks. Because there's not actually grass blocks in the actual Tatsu recreate, not in the actual in the actual Tatsu roller coaster. You know what I mean? Okay. Like halfway, a little bit more than halfway done with this, and then after this, I go in and fill it all in. I mean, it would have been easier. No, I forgot to. Like I was gonna say, if I used light green concrete power, I could have like placed it above it and then just let it fall into place. No, I don't think that would be easier with the guardrails. That would just be harder. And so there we go. I just had finished the doing that. And so if you can't tell, I'm playing on Xbox. I always play on Xbox. Every single one of my videos is on Xbox. And so what I just did about a few seconds ago, I saved the game because I had done so much progress and I did not want my console to freeze up or anything. Yes, this is Xbox 360, so it's pretty old, and it works like a boss though. It used to like freeze, and then I wouldn't like get the saved progress. And so like I made sure I had the game saved because I had done a lot of work doing the queue and stuff. And so right now I'm just going in underneath the whole queue, and I'm just filling it all in. Looking good. And yeah, I'm the one that built this, and I still can't remember if it was clay or light green concrete powder. Probably clay, not sure, but it kind of looks funny going like underneath the overhang because it's like dark and then light, dark, and then yep, this way, that way, this way, that way. Pretty sure, yep, I've only got like 3 more rows to place. And then that means I'm just about done with this part. So that, everything you just saw in these like 23 minutes or so took like pretty much an entire hour. So right now I'm panning around in real time to show you it, and you know, the swiftness potion. And so those are the lockers, the bush, the back of the queue, and that little opening is where it's going to go out. Make a left turn and go up into the station. And at the top of this brick wall, like that's basically where the ground level is going to be, because it's on the Tatsu terrain is really hilly, and so that's going to like be really hard to make. But I'll figure it out eventually. I mean, Green Lantern and Accelerator, those were really hard to eventually come up to how I'm going to do it. And so I think that just concludes it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to, well, I mean, I'm going to make more parts anyway, but if you really want me to make more parts, I'm not just going to hold this operation right here. Then, if you like the series, I guess I could just say that, then please drop a like. Likes are always appreciated, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because the sooner I can get to 2K subs, the sooner I can do some shoutouts and stuff. Also, I don't know, the more enthused I'll be to make these videos. It'll be fun. So yeah, subscribe, like, join the Discord server by going down below, so if you can chat with me every day. I'm on pretty much every day. And yep, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.